Hello guys, welcome back. So let's start with a new topic, that is bones of foot. So similarly, like we had it in our hand, carpals, metacarpals and phalanges, we have in our foot also, that is tarsals, metatarsals and phalanges. So how many tarsal bone do we have? We have 7 tarsal bone. And how many carpals we had? We had 8 carpal bones. Now how to remember this tarsals? You can count the letter in this tarsals word. How many are there? There are 7 letters. So 7 letters for tarsals bone and 7 bones. Okay. So what are the names of the bone? Talus, calcaneus, navicular, cuboid, cuneiform. This cuneiform is further having 3 parts: the medial cuneiform, intermediate cuneiform and lateral cuneiform. First let's know the position of the bone through the simplified version which I have drawn. Okay. So this purple color which you see, this is the talus. Okay. This talus actually sits completely on this calcaneus bone. So this green color which you are looking at, this is calcaneus bone. It is also known as heel bone. What it is known as? Heel bone. Okay. So talus actually sits on the calcaneus. So for remembering, you can say that calcaneus is the chair for the talus bone. Okay. Then this blue color bone which you see over here, this is the navicular bone. What it is? Navicular. It is having the shape of the boat, so it was given the name navicular. This bone which you see, this is the cuboid bone. Which bone? Cuboid bone. It is having the cuboidal shape, hence given the name cuboid bone. Then you have this medial cuneiform towards the medial side. In between you have this intermediate cuneiform. Okay. And laterally you have this lateral cuneiform. Okay. Then you have 5 metatarsals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each going into one finger. Okay. Then you have phalanges. So this is our toe, right? Our toe, the big toe, it is having only 2 phalanges. It is having only 2 phalanges. Whereas rest all the second finger, third, fourth and fifth finger has 3 phalanges. You can see the 3 phalanges are proximal, intermediate and distal. Right? The blue color is proximal, the white is intermediate and yellow one is distal. So which phalange does this big toe lacks? It lacks the intermediate phalange. Okay. Now let's know about all these bones in detail. Let's write it down. Starting first with the talus. It helps in forming ankle joint along with tibia and fibula. Okay. It helps in forming ankle joint. And what other point I said for you to remember it? That it sits on calcaneus bone. For calcaneus bone, write down that it is also known as heel bone. What it is known as? Heel bone. For remembering purpose, you can remember that it is the chair for talus. So what will happen if it is chair for talus? Talus will sit on it. And this is the largest tarsal. Among all the tarsal bone, the calcaneus is the largest tarsal bone. And posteriorly, it has calcaneal tuberosity. It has calcaneal tuberosity. Whenever we have tuberosity, something attaches. So what attaches over here? Write down Achilles tendon attaches here. Okay. Then navicular bone. Why it was given the name navicular? I said because it has the shape or it resembles the shape of boat. Hence the term. Hence the term navicular. Cuboidal. It was the tarsal bone is named cuboidal because it has cuboidal shape. So write down. Shape resembles cuboid. Okay. Now cuneiform, as I said you, that it is having 3 parts, right? Medial cuneiform towards the medial side, intermediate cuneiform and a lateral cuneiform. Okay. So that's it. You have to remember about the tarsal bone. For navicular, there is one more thing that you should remember, that it has navicular tuberosity. What it has? It has navicular tuberosity on the plantar surface. So plantar surface is what surface? Your sole of the foot surface. Okay. So navicular tuberosity present at which surface? Present at plantar surface. What will something should attach here? So what is attaching? Tibialis posterior tendon. What attaches? Tibialis posterior tendon will attach here. Okay. How many metatarsals did we count in that diagram? We had how many? 5. So we had 5 metatarsals. That's all you have to remember for metatarsals. Phalanges, you have 14 in number once again. Why? Because the big toe lacks intermediate phalange. What it lacks? Intermediate or middle phalange. Okay. So, and rest all have how many phalanges? Proximal, intermediate and distal phalanges. Okay. Now what is medial arc and what is lateral arc? Medial arc comprises of some bones and lateral arc will comprise of some bones. Okay, so medial arc consists of calcaneus, talus, cuneiform, first write navicular, then cuneiform. And it also consists of first, second and third metatarsals. Okay, these together forms medial arc. What it forms? Medial arc. Then the remaining will form the lateral arc. So what is remaining now? The calcaneus. Calcaneus is common for both. Okay, calcaneus, cuboid and fourth and fifth metatarsal. Fourth and fifth metatarsals. Okay, and if a person and damage to this lateral arc will lead to flat foot. So write down damage to lateral arc leads to flat foot. So let's divide this arc in this diagram. Okay, so starting with the medial arc because it comprises of most of the bone. So you have calcaneus, you have talus, you have navicular, you have cuneiform and first and three metatarsal. So this part which you see, this forms the medial arc. What it forms? The medial arc. Now what remains? The calcaneus, the cuboid and fourth and fifth metatarsal. This will form the lateral arc. What it will form? The lateral arc. Okay, I hope now you understand the arcs. Now let's move on with the fractures. Okay, so most common fracture metatarsal, the metatarsal which fractures the very often is your fourth and fifth metatarsal. So most common fracture site or most common fracture metatarsal is fourth and fifth metatarsal. Okay, you have to remember. Now you have something called as March fracture. Write down March fracture. Now what does this mean? Fracture induced or fracture caused by stress. For example, soldiers, this was termed as March fracture because soldiers marches, right, for the parade. So the soldiers usually suffer from this fracture, and this March fracture mostly occurs to which tarsal? Mostly occurs to first and second metatarsal. First and second metatarsal. And where it is common, in which profession people it is common? It is common in soldiers, in doctors who stands for a long time. So surgeons basically. Okay, so you can write surgeons or any profession in which standing for a long time can be the cause. Okay, or hikers, people who go on hiking. Okay, so these are some of the people in which this March fracture could be seen easily. Let's know few of the joints which are present in this foot. So we have tarso-metatarsal joint, the joint tarso-metatarsal joint. Let's break the word tarso, tarsals and metatarsal. So joint between the tarsals and the metatarsal is called as tarso-metatarsal joint. Intermetatarsal joint. Inter means between, metatarsal, so joint between the metatarsals. Okay. Then you have metatarsophalangeal joint. Metatarsophalangeal joint. So it is metatarso and phalangeal, that is joint between the metatarsals and the phalanges. So that's it for the bones of the foot. I hope everything is clear now. Thank you.